Hello everyone, welcome to the Ginger Snaps here. My name is Steven, and today, the movie I will be reviewing for you guys today is The Black Phone, directed by Scott Derrickson, starring Ethan Hawke. Finney Shaw is a shy but clever 13-year-old boy who is being held in a soundproof basement by a sadistic masked killer. When a disconnected phone on the wall starts to ring, he soon discovers that he can hear the voices of the murderer's previous victims, and they are dead set on making sure that what happened to them doesn't happen to Finney. Now, of course, this movie was finished wrapping around 2021. It was supposed to be released in 2021, but because of the COVID pandemic, it was then eventually released this year in 2022. It was released last weekend in Canada here, but of course, I was kind of at the Calgary Horror Con, so I never kind of got the chance to review it properly. Me and my friend Chris did go watch it the Saturday when it was our first day at the Calgary Horror Con. We had nothing better to do, and the event had closed down for the night. We were going to wait till the next day, and of course we decided, let's go check out the theater and go watch The Black Phone. And I never got my review down until today, so here are my thoughts on The Black Phone. Right off the bat, the story is very reminiscent of old time type of filmmaking. The movie does take place in 1978. It is about the story of Finney and how his sister and him live in a broken home, and eventually at some point they hear about this guy named the Grabber who just grabs all these kids and kidnaps them. Now, bodies were never found, but the guy's name is synonymous with all the other kids around the town, and Finney eventually does get abducted. And with the story like this, especially when it came to having the knowledge of a movie where it's a child abductor. And of course, around this time period, it would make sense. This is when child abduction was around in the 70s. The story itself, Scott Derrickson, he just knows how to make a creepy story. And everything he has done prior to this, I know he had done Doctor Strange, but I mean, this guy did Sinister, for fuck's sakes. And Sinister was a movie that I fucking absolutely appreciated. And for him to helm this movie was just one of those things that's like, dude, you've already won me over already. I'm going to watch your fucking films no matter what. And when it comes to a story like this, I absolutely dig it. It's a good story. And it's just one of the films that I was just so looking forward to and finally got the chance to see. Mason Thames plays Finney in this movie. He's the main focal point of this film, as he is the one that is abducted by the Grabber. How he is portrayed in this movie, it's just one good aspect. I mean, like, a lot of kid actors a lot of times can nail roles and some just kind of can't. But when I've watched many horror movies in my lifetime where a lot of kid actors are in it, especially in certain circumstances, I mean, like, when you think of kid actors, you think of Child's Play, The Shining, you think of the new It film, you even think of the TV series, you think of all those child actors, hell, even Daniel Harris in Halloween's 4 and 5. But this one, of course, it's more up to date, right, with the child actors, and have more professionalism when it comes to their acting. And of course, for some odd reason, when it comes to kid actors, some are very much hit and miss, but when it comes to this one, it's a very good hit. He plays his role very fucking well, and even more so that, like, he knows the risks. He's trying to figure out what's going on, especially with this black phone that keeps constantly ringing. And, it's not even hooked up, right? It's one of those things where it's just like a certain actor that can act can do that. And his performance is just top notch. And of course, we have to talk about the Grabber himself, played by Ethan Hawke. He sold me the movie. I mean, like, Ethan Hawke in horror is just like peanut butter and jelly. It's so damn good, but you can't have so much of it at the same time. Ethan Hawke, he just knows how to do good movies. He knows he is perfect when it comes to the horror genre. And to see him as this character, this kind of transforms his performance in a way, but also at the same time, you have to take into effect that he has played many good characters before, But for him to do this role might quite possibly be one of his best roles ever. I mean, Ethan Hawke obviously probably wanted to play a villain, and he got that in this movie. And it's just one of those things that is just like, yeah, you've hooked me with him. Especially the design of his mask. I mean, the fact that you can separate the pieces and put different pieces on, and how he portrays it behind that mask too, is so damn well. Ethan Hawke impressed the hell out of me in this movie. This is going to go down as one of his best films, for sure. Now, of course, the other thing about this movie is that, it's a horror movie. It's supposed to have some jump scares. For me, there was the one jump scare that's kind of in the trailers, and then there's another one that I didn't really kind of see. Apparently, there was two jump scares, and I only saw one of them. It was just the one we saw in the trailer. So when it comes to the movie aspect of how it's scary, it's not quite scary. I mean, like, I'm used to scary movies half the time, and for me personally, when it comes to a scary movie like, Sinister, for example, especially with the jump scares, that fucking movie's jump scare city, and it does jump scares so damn fucking well. So I don't think, Scott Derrickson was going to be able to top Sinister. But for this movie, you don't have to have those scares. I mean, just the story, the concept alone is scary enough as it is, especially for me being a parent. What would you do if you found out your child was abducted and many other children were abducted around your neighborhood and they were never found yet? So it's just, the story itself is scary. It's not, when you think about it. But when it comes to like jump scares or anything like that, if you people are kind of looking for that, if some of you are looking for a movie with jump scares, you're going to be a little bit disappointed because there's not that many jump scares. Like I said, there's like maybe two. But that was not the focal point of this movie. It was never the focal point. It was just to have a story like this come out, a period piece in a way, and just tell a damn good story. You don't have to have jump scares for it to be a horror movie. When it comes to this movie, I do absolutely find it enjoyable to watch. After watching in the theaters, this is definitely one of those movies I would definitely buy on Blu-ray and add it to my collection. I'm hoping to God that come Halloween season, I see Spirit Halloweens with those black phone masks, and to have them interchangeable, that'd be a kick-ass addition. I mean, like I said, that mask is pretty much going to be in the annals of great horror movie masks. It's going to be. But when it comes to the film itself, the characters are all great. Ethan Hawke gives one hell of a performance. There's not that many scares, but you don't need that. And for what the movie is, it's such an enjoyable film. Like, I can't recommend it enough. So, for my rating, I'm going to give The Black Phone an 8 out of 10. This film is just one hell of a good ride to watch. I mean, such a good time. But yeah, other than that, I was waiting for this movie ever since I saw the first trailer, and I'm so glad I got to see it. And hopefully you guys have seen it, or if you haven't seen it yet, seriously go watch it. It's so fucking good. So guys, tell me, what did you think of the movie? Did you think it was a really good horror movie? Do you think it could have been done better? Let me know in the comments down below. If you do like this video, make sure you also hit that thumbs up and subscribe for more content. Other than that, that's it for me, guys. This has been the Ginger Snaps here. My name is Steven, and I will talk to you guys later.